Alright, so there's a huge Super Auto Pets update recently that added new pets, new abilities, just new mechanics in the game, like toys, and it's just a whole bunch of fun to mess around with and get to experiment with all the new options that are available. So I'll go through a lot of the changes while I watch myself play the game, I guess. One of those changes is Otter now only gives 1 HP. So Otter is pretty bad, don't really recommend going for it. Bluebird remains unchanged. But then we have whatever the tier 1 is that gives you the option to buy a toy. The options are tennis ball or balloon. So the tennis ball is just good tempo. It's going to deal 2 damage to a random pet, which is probably going to kill something early on. There's like a few 3 HP units, but you can still kill like bluebirds and chipmunks and stuff, which is pretty nice. And yeah, so that's a good tempo option. The other one is balloon, which gives the rightmost friend 1/1 when it breaks, and it takes 2 turns for the thing to break. So that's just like a little bit of extra scaling, but most of the time I feel like it's not that massive because you don't really want to keep around tier 1s anyway. Most of the changes have been kind of encouraging pivoting. And here I actually make a mistake because one of the changes that they made that I did bring up in another video is that you cannot combine 2 level 2s into a level 3 anymore. So that would just give +1 experience, so you'd end up with a level 2 and a third. And Puppy, new ability is that it gives a pet at tier 3. I went through that pretty quick, but the options are Oven Mitt, which after 2 turns you get a free mango, which is +2/+3, and the other one is Toilet Paper, which makes the enemy's front unit get weakness. So those are the options there. Weakness is pretty nice because Turtle no longer actually exists in Puppy Pack. They removed it, now it is exclusive to the Turtle Pack, which I guess makes some sense, but that means that obviously it's a little bit harder to counteract weakness. There are some pets that do it. There's a thing called Drill, which removes any ailments like weakness, and also the what is it called? Whale Shark, I think. Anytime it gets something, it just removes it and gets +2/+2. So that's also a good counter to weakness. And yeah, so a bunch of bluebirds. Again, I messed up. I no longer want to go for 2 level 2s. This made me have to buy 2 extra bluebirds, but somehow I found them anyway. So I actually did get the double level up. All you have to do is find like 8 bluebirds and then it works. Who would have thought? But a whole bunch of extra attack I feel like is going to be pretty nice because tier 1 scaler actually still exists with bluebird and it's not that bad. So I would definitely say bluebird is one of the better tier 1s. The one thing I know that's sticking around though is the bats, I think. And weakness plus the tar, which gives chili to the friend behind when it faints, is going to be pretty nice because obviously it could deal 8 damage and kind of kill something. And then this thing gives you the toy that's at tier 4. There's obviously a unit at every tier for every different toy tier. And this one has 3 different options. So you got lowest health enemy, the last enemy, and then the other one, which I forget what it was, but it was something. And yeah, so gonna position, I guess, give splash attack the highest HP units. Why not? And then just try to level up the bat as much as possible. And since you know this is showing off the Panther, so the Panther's ability, I probably should have mentioned it, is that it doubles the effect of whatever food perk it has. So if it has splash attack, it doubles it. It now deals 10 damage to the second unit instead of 5. At level 2, it triples it. At level 3, it quadruples it. So you can deal 20 damage with a splash attack, which is just absolutely absurd. And 23 if you have weakness, which is just so much fun. Bison did get a slight nerf. It is now +1/+2 instead of +2/+2. A lot of things got nerfed, as well as like Llama is now a tier 3 that gives 1/1. But as you can see, great splash attack value. And now level 3 Bluebird Bison gets some scaling, and that will be good for the splash attack targets to just have a bunch of HP. Go for level 2, sure. And there's the Panther. So the problem is its stats are only a 2/4, so relatively weak base stats. But again, since whatever you put on it actually gets double the ability, now they added a pie into the game, which gives 4/4 at the start of battle. So it's like temporary stats, but it's 4/4. That's, I guess, permanent because it's every turn. So that's actually pretty good. And if you double it, that's 8/8. And then it will get replaced by splash attack, and then you'll still get to use the splash attack. So you kind of get double value out of the Panther, which is really cool. The Salt allows you to deal extra damage to pets that are below the tier of the pets. Is it double damage, I think? So if you're like a tier 4 and it goes against a tier 3, it just does really well. But I haven't been using it too much. There's so many different changes in this one, and the Bluebird giving a whole bunch of attack to the bat. Still looking pretty nice just with this Panther with splash attack. all that weakness. Goodbye, 13 damage, and I still lose. Okay, well, it's not going to instant win me the game because it's only getting one attack. If I could somehow scale it, it could potentially be good. Lemon with Panther would be 14 less damage twice, which would be pretty nice. I can't imagine getting like a level 3 Panther with Lemon. That'd be 28 damage less twice. That's pretty nuts, but a little late to be taking Pie. It is turn 9, but still, I think it's going to be worth it, especially if I can level up this Panther and actually get 12-12 out of the Pie, which would be really beautiful. But 8-8, yeah, not too bad. 11-13, and then the splash value, 10 damage twice. That is just clearing out teams. So good. And there it is, the level 2 Panther. Also, of course, you get the options between choosing 2 of your tier ups. Neither of these are particularly helpful because I don't know what scaling I actually want. But another tier 6, Puma. I don't have any toys, so not really helpful. And then the other one is just based on the opponent's team, but I don't think there's anything that I really wanted on the opponent's team. They changed Chicken as well, so now it only buffs things from the tier that you bought it, I believe is how it works, but let's see how big this Panther gets. It is now a 17-19 with Splash. Bam. 18 damage and then 15 damage. Oh, it is so good and so fun as well. What a great idea for a pet, honestly. And now it's Pancake time. So Pancake is +2/+2 to everything on your team. But, of course, with Panther, that is going to be tripled. So instead of 2/2, it's going to give 6/6 to the entire team. It does mean that the Panther is going to be relatively small, and so the splash attack might not get as much value, but it's still very interesting. And I probably should have just taken Melon there, to be honest. I'm actually really surprised that I skipped it. I'm not sure why I did that. Maybe I just wanted Steak instead. But yeah, I could probably Melon since I will give 6/6 to everything else. Melon the Sauropod or Melon the Tar, whatever. Okay, it's because I knew I was going against a raccoon. Of course, of course. That's why I did that. But the Bison, no longer scaling because I did sell the Bluebird, but that was on purpose just because I needed more scaling for the actual Panther, I guess was the reasoning. But honestly, it probably wasn't worth it looking at it now. I don't think the Sauropod was really that much better. I'd rather get 2/4 every turn, and yeah. I mean, the only food that you can really buy in the puppy pack is mangoes, which is not bad, but like that's pretty limited options because I think they got rid of so many of the other things in the pack. Octo is now after attack, so huge nerf to Octo. Octo probably won't be anywhere near as good as it was before, which is okay by me because it really was quite broken. So there's level 3 Panther. So now the Pancake is going to give +8/+8 to the entire squad, which means it's giving 32/32. Just so unbelievably amazing. You can also combine this with Skewer. Like, instead of the Tar, you can go with, I forget what the pet is, but Skewer deals 3 damage to the 2 friends behind, so it's like super splash attack. And as you can see, 20 damage with the splash attack is just beautiful. That is a steak. A steak to the second pet behind it. Just, oh man, it's so cool, isn't it? Yeah, so hoping to just buy a bunch of mangoes onto this Panther. Okay, I guess there is Salad, which maybe is something, but level 3 Bat should also be really helpful here. So the toys, there is a toy that gives Coconut on tier 6, and the toys go after all the pet abilities. It goes after all the start of battle abilities, so you can replace the weakness with Coconut, but yeah, there's the Whale Shark, so not going to actually get weakened there, and it's still a win, just because of the Pancake stats right there. Massive difference, and maybe I should be buying Salads, because, like, I mean, it's only 1 less stat than Mango, honestly, and level 2 Sauropod, definitely going to be worth it to buy Salads now. But Whale Shark, Sauropod, probably also pretty good. I think Whale Shark's one of the better scalers. I mentioned it. Okay, it's Snapping Turtle. That's the thing that gives Skewer. But there's limited scaling options nowadays. But now I do have some level 3, so the Bison is back to scaling. And do actually buy Salads. That is going to be worth it. And yeah, so the Bison scaling plus the +8/+8 plus the splash attack. I could get a level 2 so that it deals double splash attack. And splash attack with the weakness, not going to save you. Just runs through the team. You can see 23 damage with the splash attack. It's just so satisfying and so fun. And look at all the ribbons that I will not actually get. I will have to get all these ribbons again after just finishing all the ribbons in the main original game. I'll have to get more, but that's okay. It'll be fun. And anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. See ya.